Hey guys, so today we are drawing me. Also, I really hope there's not background noise. I have a sibling who enjoys playing music a little too loud. It doesn't give me any problems, but I know sometimes it comes down in the background. Although I can use noise reduction, so you probably won't hear it anyway if it is there. So basically, in this video, I am drawing myself as the title says. I don't know why I would lie in the title. I know a lot of YouTubers will lie in their titles. I did not. Also, by the way, in the beginning, I ended up editing a lot, and it took a while to get the correct portions of the drawing. So that's what I'm doing right now. It took a couple tries, and I had to redraw it a couple times. There were multiple times where I made different concept art, and that's why this drawing took a while. Because it's really not like a super, Okay, so basically it cut out. And so now I'm having to record this again. I was like 3 minutes into the video, so now I'm having to do this again. But, yeah, basically what we're doing is we are drawing me, as said. And so, it takes a while, and I did multiple fixes of the drawing, so sorry if you don't like me being nitpicky. I know a lot of artists are a lot more nitpicky than I am, because I watch people do those speed paints while they talk about things sometimes, and so on those, a lot of the time, they will do the same thing like 6 times. Sometimes I'll do that in my more in-depth drawings, but most of the time, I at least try to just make it a normal amount of redos. Although a lot of it is just changing the pose because I'm not very good at doing certain poses. I might try to redo this again later in a different video, but that might be in a while because I want to be able to draw and get it good. So I was thinking of maybe redoing this one with a couple different details because I like this. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying that it might be fun to draw this again in a while, because I like things like this. It's fun. But basically, I have a lot of things I can draw in my house, so I have no problem with doing that. It's just that I might need a little help from a picture or whatever, as always. But basically, that's what's going on right now. But yeah, I changed my waving pose that I did into a I'm putting my hands on my hips or whatever. Yeah, that's the saying. I did it right. Okay, but basically what I'm saying is that it's like a hands on your hips, like yes kind of pose, and I like doing the mouth open, but sometimes I'll do the mouth closed. I feel like part of it is that in these kinds of drawings, it's a lot more fun to be like, oh yeah, hey, kind of thing, because it looks more like it's actually a drawing in real life, or like more realistic, I guess, if I'm doing that. I don't know, I guess a drawing does kind of look like a picture, so it'd be realistic anyway. When I did that little thing and it pulled up, I don't know how I did that, and I don't know how to do that again. It looks like a little tiny calculator. Does anyone know how to pull up the calculator? Is there a way for me to pull up that calculator again? Also, I hope I'm not talking too slow and boring you, because I know some people don't like the slow talking. I don't think I'm talking very slow, but it just depends on the person, because I'll watch Evan Edinger, and he's a YouTuber who talks really quickly, so some people will even think his videos are on 1.5 times speed or whatever, or 1.25. So basically what happens is that a lot of his videos, he probably gets more watch time for that at first. But yeah, he's speaking normally, he just speaks a lot quicker than a lot of other people do. But basically here, I had to redo my bangs a couple times. But honestly, I don't think they turned out that bad in the end. I was doing thick line art on purpose, because that's a style or whatever where you try to do the thick line art for the bold lines and stuff, because it's some people's style. Honestly, I see it as a fun style, and I would like to probably do more like this in the future. If you didn't know, a lot of my old drawings said thick line art, but that was because I didn't realize that you could do better line art than that. Plus, it was easier for me to do the thick lines on my phone. But now I'm a lot better at it, so I don't have to do the thick lines. Okay, so now I've started on the hair. We got the front bangs in and the little side bangs on the front. And then we also do back hair. Honestly, I think it's really cute because I have short hair, and I think my hair's actually a little shorter than this. Although I might, never mind. I think it might actually be about that length. And honestly, I love how it looks. But in the drawing, it looks better than it does in real life, honestly. It's not that I hate my hair. I just love how the drawing looks. I love how I did the hair this time because a lot of the time I really fudge up the hair, and so it ends up looking bad. But this time, it ended up looking pretty good, and I'm happy about that. Also, just in general, did you know that a lot of creators actually keep their videos to 13 plus, even though they don't need to? And I mean, to be fair, some videos do need to be more than 13 plus. There are a lot of adult videos on YouTube. Not like anything weird, just like talking about concepts that can't be talked about to a 13-year-old. But a lot of YouTubers like to have a wider audience that can watch their videos, also because ad revenue or stuff like that. Because you can give personalized ads to a 13-year-old because they're not as much of a child as a 12-year-old. Things like that. At least I think you can give personalized ads to 13 and ups. It might be 18 and up, but I'm pretty sure it's 13 and up. Also, by the way, I'm working on my jacket now. I was doing the outfit that I actually have on in real life right now, because that was my best decision. Okay, but the reason I'm saying that like it was today is because it was today. I drew this today. In fact, I edited it right after making it. Also, by the way, I'm working on tweening because I finally learned how to, so I'm practicing because I'm not very good at it yet. But hopefully it'll turn out well. I've done one little thing, and it was not looking too good because the parts were kind of floating away. Because that's what happens a lot of the time when people first start. So I'm going to practice for a little bit before I try doing anything online to show you guys. Because honestly, I would love to show you sometimes, but at the same time, I feel like it's just not good enough yet. I need to refine my skills a little bit. And now I've finished the jacket, although there's a hole in it, and I think I fixed that, because there's not a hole in the finished product, because I used the fill tool, and, you know, the fill tool can't be used if there's a hole in the jacket, so I'm guessing I just, like, filled that in at some point. I don't know. I just know that there's no hole, so... You know, we'll figure it out as we go along. I might just, like, patch it up at some point or something like that. I'm like, oh, there's a hole, and then I fix the hole. Also, I really love this drawing. I love the art style that I've been picking up because I learned with some, like, art bases and stuff, how to draw a little bit better, and it honestly looks so nice. It makes the person look a little more natural and a little less like a doll. See, even though the proportions are a little too, like, slim or whatever, it's really nice because I can use jackets and stuff to make her look natural again and more like a person, which is what I really like. I like a drawing that can look natural. Like, obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect, but... Okay, now I'm starting on the coloring, so that's supposed to be my skin. My skin's actually a little lighter than that, so I had to fix it and make it lighter. That's about my skin color. I think that was, like, what I did for my average skin color over my whole body, because I'm not dealing with trying to add different colors to different parts of me, because that sounds too hard. So basically what I did is I just got this one because it's an average skin color of about everything. Because I have a bit of a pale face, especially under the white light. My face isn't that pale, but, like, you know, and honestly I've tanned about everything else, like my legs and stuff, and my hands and my arms. But my face always gets washed out in the white light, but other than that, it honestly is tan too. But that's about how much all the tones put together is. Also, just I thought it was a pretty good tone. So that's what I went with. Also, by the way, I do have to, like, touch up some of the details I did with the fill tool in the, what is it called? Don't leave. Okay, so basically I had to patch up some of the details I did with the fill tool with the normal drawing tool because of the fact that my lines are really sketchy, and so there were little details, especially on the jacket. Everything else went fine because the lines are good. But the jacket ended up being a little thick lined, and then it looked weird, so I had to fix that. But everything else, okay, now I'm doing the tone for the pants, because the pants are, like, slightly green on the top and greener on the bottom. And because you don't see the bottom, all you see is the top that's slightly green. So, yeah. Also, by the way, I did not stain them that way. They were always like that because, I don't know, someone might assume that, like, I accidentally stained them a little bit green in the washer, but no, they just are like that. So now I'm gonna do the jacket. I was trying to do it a different color of black than the shirt because, well, you don't want them to be the same or else it looks kind of weird. And now I touch up some of the details that I didn't realize were there so that it looks more natural when I fill it in. And that's also when I fixed the little detail there, so that it looks like not weird or whatever. I don't know, I guess it just was okay. I'm confused. But yeah, now I have to fill in the little details on the sides because they were not doing too well. In fact, they just weren't doing it all. There were lots of little empty patches like the ones here. So yeah, that's why I'm fixing them. Because if you don't fix them, they don't look as good. There was always one thing I didn't really like about the fill tools. A lot of the time it'll give you little white lines. A lot of the time it's fine. It's a lot worse in Flip-A-Clip because when you use Flip-A-Clip, a lot of the time it just won't fill in the edges at all. A lot of the time in Ibis Paint now, it will fill in all the edges for me. But on Flip-A-Clip, it's terrible. It will always give you little tiny lines in the edges, and it's really annoying because a lot of the time if I'm doing coloring, it takes a while. Sometimes it's fine, but a lot of the time I'll just use a really big pencil if I'm doing coloring or whatever. Like, I'll just make the brush for your drawings bigger. And that was my solution, I'll be honest. Because I have done some animations and stuff before that I just don't post online. And those honestly turned out pretty good. Sorry, I started rambling, and I rambled past the point of the end of the video. And I didn't realize I'd rambled past the point of the end of the video until I realized that the video had ended. And so now I'm redoing this part so that it sounds natural and I can actually say goodbye to you guys. I'm putting my user in the bottom corner because if someone's going to steal it, at least it's a little more of a pain. Also because it's just fun to put my user in the corner because I'm not signed in on Ibis Paint, so none of my things actually need to be like that, but it's fun. So yeah, we got the thing going on. Yep. Bye. Okay guys, so these are the drawings that I did a while ago. They're not that old, but it's like a year or two, so I thought I'd show them to you. That's it, bye.